Shalom. Call Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Kakidash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who's taught us this truth. Shalom wa barakim la bakarim. Peace and blessings to the elect. Lord's will just be edifying. And I was meditating on the parable of the sower, and I'm gonna go ahead and get just read it, get a couple precepts. There's a particular part that I was meditating on. All right, this is Matthew 13:18. It says, "Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower." It says, when anyone heareth the word of the kingdom and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart. This is he which receives seed by the wayside. So this is the breakdown. Earlier in the verse, Yahushua just he spoke the parable, all right, but he didn't explain it. All right, but now he's explaining the parable to his disciples plainly, okay, and through the spirit of Yahweh Yahushua, we're able to understand it in these times, okay? All right, but the individual who receives seed by the wayside, all right, is someone who they come across this truth, they hear this word, okay, but they don't understand it, all right, so it doesn't benefit them at all, all right? It says, right, and that goes into Isaiah. Matter of fact, it's also in here. Let me go ahead and get that. This is because this says he quoted Isaiah, Matthew 13:14. It says, "And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, which saith, By hearing ye shall hear, ye shall hear and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see and shall not perceive." It says, For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears and should understand with their heart and should be converted, and I should heal them. Because when you understand the word of the Lord, that's how we as a nation are going to be healed. That's the key to our salvation. That's the key to our restoration. That's the key to our healing. All right, but the 2/3 that were predestined to not be saved, that are predestined to be destroyed here in America, they're not going to be able to receive this truth. So the angels are blocking off the understanding. Even though they may come across a video, they may walk across this camp, this is not clicking with them. All right. In verse 20, Matthew 13:20 says, "But he that receiveth the seed into stony places, the same is he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receiveth it." All right, anon means right away or straight away receive it. There's people out here that hear this word and they might wait outside the camp for a few months and they stop showing up, or they might even come to the camp and they might push for a year or 2 years and fall out, some 10 years and fall out. All right, they believed, but they didn't have root. They weren't rooted and grounded. All right, so when the tribulation came, all right, when because the Lord said, when you come to serve him, prepare thyself for temptation. When the temptations came, it was too great for that individual. He got weak and he fell out. All right, let me go ahead and get this real quick in Sirach. All right, this is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach chapter 6. The Lord likes warriors. The Lord likes fighters. Even though we fall, we got to get back up. We got to keep swinging. We got to keep fighting. All right, until the Lord comes and deliver us, man. All right, falling out or giving up, that's not a choice, man. All right, and the elect, they're not gonna fold. All right, this is Sirach chapter 6 and verse 20. All right, it's talking about wisdom, it's talking about what you get from being in this faith, this truth. All right, it says, "She is very unpleasant to the unlearned. He that is without understanding will not remain with her." All right, so the individual that receives seed by stony ground, all right, they're without understanding because they don't remain in this truth. Okay, ultimately they had no choice because the Lord has predestinated those who are going to be delivered, which are the elect, and those who are not, all right, which are the 2/3. All right, but all in all, the point stands. Okay, they are without understanding. Verse 21, it says, "She will lie upon him as a mighty stone of trial, and he will cast her from her ere it be long." It's too hard for them, man. All right, this truth is too heavy for them. All right, it says, "For wisdom is according to her name, and she's not manifest unto many." This truth is not for the many, it's for the few. All right, let's go ahead and get that real quick in Ezra's. This is second Ezra's chapter 8 and verse 1, it says, and he answered me saying, the Most High have made this world for many, but the world to come for few. All right, so those that are going to enter into the kingdom of heaven, that is for a few, the elect. We hope and pray that we be a part of that number. Matthew 13 and verse 20 again, it says, but he that received the seed into stony places, the same as he that heareth the word, and then none with joy receiveth it. Yet hath he not root in himself, but dureth for a while. For when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he is offended. All right, so what? He wasn't rooted and grounded, so bam, he got taken out. So these are the levels. It's like level 1, level 2, level 3, and so on. So level 1 is someone that flat out don't believe. All right, level 2 is an individual who just didn't have the endurance to stay in. All right, now this is level 3 right here, verse 22. It says, he also that receives seed among the thorns, as he that heareth the word, and the care of this world, and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becometh unfruitful. Because an individual that desires gain in this world, all right, all they're going to be preoccupied doing is how they're going to be able to make money, how they're going to, you know what I mean, how they're going to prosper, so on and so. And if you're so caught up in the business of this world, you're not going to have time to allocate to the Lord, right? So what? When you become unfruitful, what is the Lord going to do? He's going to cast you away. Matter of fact, let's get that real quick in John. All right, this is good. I'm just going to get to the point. This is John 15 and verse 5. It says, I am the vine, ye are the branches. He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. For without me, you could do nothing. Without Yahweh Shem Yahshua, we could do nothing. So in order to really remain and endure in his faith, you have to pray fervently to the Lord. All right. Verse 6, it says, if a man abide not in me, he is cast forth as a branch and is withered. Okay, Salakia, you know what? That's not what I wanted. Let me just start from the top. It says, I am the true vine, and my Father is the husbandman. Verse 2, every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh away. That's what I wanted to bring out. See, because if you're so caught up in this world, you no longer will be coming to camp. You're no longer going to be doing videos. All right, you're no longer going to be doing the things that are required of you in order to receive salvation. We have to what? The scriptures say what? We have to give our body as a living sacrifice, which is our reasonable service. All right, so if you're no longer making those sacrifices, you're no longer bearing and producing fruit, the Lord is going to cast you away. All right, it continuing on, it says, in every branch that beareth fruit, he purgeth it, that it may bring forth more fruit. So what? If you're growing in the spirit, you're going to continue to be purged and purified, all right, through the fire that the Lord is putting us through. But what? We're going to be made more pure. All right, we're going to continue to remain in this truth and continue to bring forth even more fruit. All right, it says, now you are clean through the words which I have spoken unto you. All right, now let's go ahead, hit that Matthew 13 again. All right, Matthew 13 and verse 22, it says, he also that receives seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becometh unfruitful. All right, verse 23, it says, but he that received the seed into the good ground is he that heareth the word, and understandeth it, which also bear fruit and bringeth forth some 100-fold, some 60, and some 30, which we want to be, verse 23, which these are the elect. Okay, they hear the word and they become fruitful. Some they're going to bring forth 100, some 60, some 30. All right, because every man was given a different lot and a different portion. Okay, but Lord's will, this was edifying. Just want to go over that real quick. I was thinking about it. Call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahshua, Bashim Kal Kadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone and rule well. Shalom, Barak, and Bakari, and peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.